The main difficulty for children is the drug trafficking in the favela. It stops us learning properly because it's like this. You go out in the street and you run the risk of getting shot at any moment. I got shot. I was at home on the balcony. I thought I was going to die. It hurts a lot and it stings.
The effect is devastating. Why? Because children who live in the community where violence is daily and constant have their emotions damaged and their ability to learn reduced.
We again know that these sorts of experiences are bad for brain development, and one way they're bad is that the body starts producing too much of a hormone called cortisol, and at elevated levels that can actually act in some ways as a neurotoxin. It can start to damage parts of the brain.
There's no question at all, that we're learning more and more about how the early foundations for learning and physical and mental health and behavioral regulation, which includes the possibility of violent behavior later on, the foundations are built in early childhood.
The child needs to feel confident in itself, and then logically it will feel confident in other people. They need to feel nurtured, loved, and what we call cognitively stimulated, so that they will slowly recover. We have research that shows that children who get out of violent environments can recover within 4 to 6 months to a year. Then they will be participating and playing like any other child.
What we are worried about is whether the brain, if it's exposed to too high a level of cortisol for too long a period, in a sense could be affected for the long term, and it might be difficult to get it back on a normal track. We don't have the answer to that question yet.
Children who live in violent, threatening environments overinterpret threat in circumstances that other children, as they're growing up, might see as neutral. This is adaptive. If you live in a violent, threatening environment, it is good for you to kind of have a short fuse. That short fuse, that means your stress response system is going to be activated more. Over time, that actually is bad for your health. It's bad for your learning because those stress hormones that stay elevated actually disrupt brain circuits that are important for learning and memory.
I think our conclusion overall is that the sooner in life you can remove adversity from a child's life, the better off that child will be. And one reason for that is adversity is code for stress. And if you can reduce the stress, you reduce the neurochemical burden on the brain.